What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yes, I'm Waffles. I did click the link, so it is in my history, and I will be getting to it once I get a chance, right? Um, yeah, so this is Minute Late Reviews. Shout out to Dre, shout out to Joe's. What was it saying to? I think it was Joe's. But anyway, so I was sent this sometime earlier mid last year, and Mr. Z is I've referenced it a few times. Um, some of you have seen this clip before, some of you haven't. This is a continuation of the conversation we had earlier today about what is owed to women from men, what is owed to black women from black men, seeing that women and black women in specifically tore up, shredded the social contract, tore up, shredded the contract between men and black women specifically for those of us in the black community, right? Now, we're going to pause for a second. We're going to play this clip. We're going to come back on the other side of this and we'll give our commentary. Here you go.
Let me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
Yes, y'all. So I've made reference to it a few times, well, a lot of times actually. And so y'all heard what the young lady had to say, and what she really is saying is,
That's not fair. That's not fair. That is not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That is not fair. That's not.
and yeah. So, y'all already know Mrs. Z already said that I am going to be hitting y'all with all different type of clips, right? But yeah, so you heard what the young lady had to say. It's not, essentially, is that the precedent that men want to set? It's because these women aren't kind enough and nice enough, right? Is that is that what the men are saying? Because the women aren't kind enough and nice enough, right? And as she was speaking, all I could think of was, and there you go. That's Mr. Z's response to what that young lady was saying. It's not fair. It's not fair, right? It's not fair. And Destro says, whose garage is that? I know, right? It's Spicky Span. No, that's not Z's garage. Absolutely not, right? Huh. So, once again, the ladies tore up the social contract. They shredded the social contract, and now they're trying to get benefits from men for free. What does Obsidian say? Book a session, right? Book a session. To think that you can say these things, not be nice enough, not be kind enough, not be pleasant enough, essentially, is what she was saying. And that we owe you, right? Men owe you, black men owe you, right? For what? Dear ladies, black men in specific, black women, dear black women, black men don't owe you our presence, our physical protection. We don't owe you paying for dates. We don't owe you being kind, especially when you're not kind. We don't owe you, excuse me, holding the door open. We don't owe you getting up from our seat because there's too many people in a given space. We don't owe you that. Dear ladies, you tore up the social contract. Remember, you tore the social contract up. You defecated on it. So no, ladies, we do not owe you that, right? The ladies are throwing a temper tantrum because they feel like they're owed. What are they owed, Z?
I expect luxury. I expect service. And what I got was mediocrity wrapped in excuses. I expect luxury. I expect service. And what I got was mediocrity wrapped in excuses.
And that's how the women are talking to us. You better believe black women in specific, that is how they're speaking. And we don't owe them luxury. We don't owe them service. And we could use all the excuses we want and call it reasons, right? Dear ladies, we don't owe you that because you have made it painfully clear what you don't owe men, black men in specific, right? Dear ladies, you have made it painfully clear, abundantly clear, crystal clear what you do not owe men, black men in specific. We're gonna play this one more again for a second, and we'll really get into the commentary in a minute. Here we go.
Let me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. You don't get to be an antagonistic, mean, condescending, rude, entitled brat, a wannabe white woman, a failed elite white woman, and then expect for us to put our lives on the line for you. Imagine, imagine the gall. I want y'all to understand this is the same group of people that uses terms like, it's the audacity for me. Huh? This is the same group of people that uses terms like that. It's the audacity for me. Huh? Dear ladies, we don't owe you that, especially not talking like that. Listen to her. Once again, sign language, shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. She's sign language all over the place. Her shaming tone, her attempting to guilt you. She's heavy on the S and the G in sign language. Absolutely, madam, you are correct. We do not owe you, right? We do not owe you. And Vince, Vince over here, and shout out to Trell. And Vince is hashtag send it to Z, right? So now that I have a good idea of what I'm doing in the background of StreamYards, once again, I'm not claiming I know all the way, but I have a excuse me, but I have a good idea of what I'm doing in the back of StreamYards. Short enough videos I can definitely play, and so that just opened up so much now, especially for the stuff y'all see on TikTok or any short that you may see on YouTube. I can definitely now we can review it and we can actually have a in-depth conversation. Shout out to BGS for the compliment. I want to say it was a compliment. And he was, I guess, excuse me, complimenting me and Ed by saying we can expound on these things, and we can take something as short as a 15 or 20-second clip. He didn't say all of that, but he was saying we can expound on these things. And yes, right. And he's right. And he's right. Right. So yes, ladies, we do not owe you that because you have made it abundantly clear to us, particularly black men, what we are not owed from you, what you do not owe us. Right. And Inspired Truth Broadcast is, and thank you for the super chat. But they're gracing us with their presence, Z, right? They're gracing us with their presence. And with that, you get this. This is what you get, Inspired. All right. And for those of you that didn't see it, greenish bluish, um, BMW 8 Series, not the new 8 Series. It doesn't have the same weight. Sorry, y'all. I know Beamer heads. I know. Right. But BMW 840i on bags and BBSs. Right, airing down. Right. So yeah. Ah, that's funny. And Sahel says Timu Z days are over. Hysterical. Oh man, that's hysterical. Excuse me. I don't want no high expectations on Z's shoulders yet. No, don't put the high expectations on me yet. Oh man, hysterical. Right. And Vince says, Z, I have some clips in the cut, in the emails. Send them. Right. Vince said that car just did something to me. Hysterical. Right. And so I'm gonna play different clips of car stuff. I don't know what's going on with Z. I was perfectly okay until I started streaming, of course. Um, but I have different levels of like, um, I guess super chat car clips, I guess you'll say. Yeah. And I'm working on something more extreme depending on the super chat. And yeah, that I'm gonna work on my sound drops, add more sound drops, right? So yeah, I think I gave y'all kind of what, 2 and some odd years, 2 years of struggling right? Struggling Z streams. Sahel said Timu Z streams, right? And so we'll get more premium as we'll build it while we fly. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. We'll build it while we fly. But going back to the clip, as the young lady said, you know, if we're not quiet enough, yes. Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? Imagine the entitlement of saying, because I'm not kind enough and quiet enough, my life is not worth protecting. I'm not saying your life is not worth protecting. I'm saying I shouldn't necessarily have to be the one to protect it, nor should any black man. Imagine saying, because I'm not kind enough and quiet enough, because you don't have a physical, a sexual, let's call it a thing, relationship with me, because I'm not a relative, I'm not worth protecting. See, that word worth, though, that word worth, are you worth protecting? Maybe. Should I be the one doing it, though? Should other black men be doing it, especially when you and other black women have given us your ass to kiss, right? Have given us your ass to kiss? Go get it from the white man so he could pogo stick down your stream pogoing, right? To say this, and it really is the audacity. I know the ladies have dominated and co-opted the term. It's the audacity for me. I know the lady, that's their term, right? That's what they levy on men. It's the audacity for me. I get it. But in all honesty, it really is the audacity of the ladies, of women, of black women, to think you are owed black men's presence, black men's life, while y'all have gone on this black men ain't ish campaign, middle finger up to black men for decades. Huh? For decades. Trail said, it's the broadacity for me. Hey, there's a pun in there. That could act as a double entendre, right? Is the broadacity? right? Broad, or she acting like a bro. Oops, right? And truly, Trail, you're right, huh? For this lady to say it and listen to the tone, she's so nonchalant, and she's speaking like, wait a minute, how dare you not, right? How dare you not provide me with your presence? How dare you not?
I expect luxury. I expect service. And what I got was mediocrity wrapped in excuses.
That's how she hitting us. I expect service. And you are, and she's not the only one that thinks like this, right? She's not the only one I think like this. I want to be very clear. In a well-ordered society, in a well-ordered black community, you know, where black men run it, where black men control it, I don't care about your feelings. Then you can maybe levy that. You can maybe levy that, huh? But in a community where white society has put the thumb on the scales for the ladies, and the ladies love this gynocracy, oh, they love it. For the ladies to run the community by way of white folks, and then have the unmitigated gall to sound like
Let
this.
me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
Imagine that coming from the same sex, the same race of people who have turned Color Purple, a movie, into a goddamn documentary. They all walking around here with second and third hand trauma from a goddamn movie. They're still using these old damn. What year did Color Purple come out? 83 or something? They're using 40-year-old tropes. 20-year-olds are using 40-year-old tropes that are inaccurate at best and straight up lies at worst. 85. So 40 years, huh? And Rael says, how is she confused? Are aborted babies worth protecting? Right? Imagine. Exactly, Adric. I had to fight all my life. All my life I had to fight face ass, head ass. Huh? Y'all hear what she said? Because we're not kind enough, quiet enough. Yes, lady, yes, absolutely. Imagine saying that and think you actually ate. You actually won with that one, huh? So because we're not kind enough? Because you're not related to us? Because we're not having a physical relationship with you? My life is not worth protecting? Lady, you're saying that my life isn't worth protecting while you're an a-hole. Imagine that. Huh? You imagine? It's the tone of voice for Z. It's the delivery for Z, the smugness for Z. Huh? It's the entitlement for Z. Huh? Destro, that's a great comment. And Destro says, what war zone does she live in? Now she could make an argument, oh, America and white folks and white supremacy. She could make that argument. That's probably the argument she would make. Huh? That's probably the argument that she will make. While the white guys are in their esophagus like this. Right? While the white guys are in their esophagus like that. Huh? Wowzers. Wow. So Inspired Truth, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And once again, Inspired Truth says, but they're gracing us with their presence, Z. Exactly. Exactly. They're gracing us with their presence. No matter how ill-mannered they are, right? No matter what type of temper they have, their temperament is trash. She's telling you, because I'm not kind enough. You imagine saying, oh, because I'm not kind? Yes. That's like fussing someone out, cursing someone out, and then literally the next second you need their help and they pass you by. You're like, how? So because I just cursed you out, you don't think my life is deserving of being protected? What? Lady, are you okay? Lady, are you not?
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
I'm saying. Huh? Imagine. And once again, Inspired You, thank you for the super chat. And Joe says, and thank you for the super chat, I want my peace with or without you. Huh? I want my peace with or without you. And to that I say,
right, you know.
Right? And for the super chat, right? Huh. So I definitely wanted to play that for y'all. Um, this young lady, I don't know who her parents are, who her family is, who her friends, her relatives are, um, what women she has in her life, but that entitlement young lady, oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope, nope, nope. I don't know who told you that you could not be pleasant. Who told you you could not be kind? Who told you random black men owe you their physical protection, owe you their life? Because that's really what it ultimately comes down to, right? And Chaos says, "Does Z have got sound bites for super chats? Um, more video bites. So as y'all, super chat different, whatever, y'all will see different, video clips. But yeah, right." And as Joe says, I want my peace with or without you. Once again, thank you for the super chat, Joe's. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right. You imagine, it's the shaming language. It's the guilt language. Your life really means nothing to these people. That's why Mr. Z says, walking wallet and overglorified guard dog. Walking wallet and overglorified guard dog. That's exactly why Z says it. Huh? And that's why I say let them talk. You let her talk. You let women talk long enough. You let anyone talk long enough. They're gonna tell you what they're really about. And we let black women talk, and this is how they sound. Huh? We let black women talk long enough, and this is how they sound. This is what they think. Attempting to shame you and guilt you while letting you know they're gonna be insufferable. That's what she's telling you. I know I'm gonna be insufferable, but because I'm not kind enough, and because I'm not quiet enough, I'm not worth protecting. What? Overglorified guard dog, as Mr. Z says. Right? Overglorified guard dog. That's what that is. Huh? And no, ma'am. This worth word, and oh man, it's gonna be really difficult to find. Women throughout the past few years on social media saying, "I'm worth it," or "What are you saying? I'm not deserving." Every woman deserves this. Every woman deserves luxury. Everyone deserves it. Nope. Yawn. Huh? Y'all take this word deserve, y'all take this word worth, and y'all done stretch it beyond its capacity. Huh? Y'all have taken it way too far with the word worth and the word deserving. Past its limits. So I honestly don't know what you do with people like this, but avoid them. I honestly do not know what you do with people like this, but stay the absolute hell away from them. Huh? Because they really do think, women like this really do think you are here. And this goes back to what Princella just told us a couple weeks ago, that you are here to serve them, right? That is your mission in life. As Mr. Z says, you are an overglorified guard dog and walking wallet, right? And that's what you're supposed to be also, by the way. It's not just that you're that, and that's what you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Huh? And this perfectly, I didn't think of it earlier today, but this fits perfectly with what I was speaking about earlier today, that these women aren't owed your life, dear black men. If you feel like helping, then go ahead and do that. And I want to emphasize this. Mr. Z is not even necessarily advocating for this. I'm saying this is what it is because the women said this is what it is. Y'all tore up the social contract. I'm saying women set the precedent. Whoever you are, young lady, women set that precedent. Right? And to Inspire Truth Broadcast, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And he says, shout out to the age of let them eat consequences. Say that. Huh? And for that super chat, we got.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Right? Trail Billy says, barking. Ruff, ruff, arf, arf. Huh? We've been told as men we are not owed anything from the ladies. The women tore up the social contract. But especially in the black community, they think they own you, right? And they still think you owe them. They own you and you owe them. And it doesn't matter how they behave or misbehave, better yet. It doesn't matter how they comport themselves. It doesn't matter how they dress. It doesn't matter if they embarrass you or not. None of that mean anything. Huh? And black men said, for you to get that out of us, you gonna have to pay what you owe, Santa.
You gonna pay what you owe, Santa?
Huh? Dear black women, the black community will no longer be.
That's how it starts, you know. Taking bitches out to eat, meals and whatnot. Next thing you know, you wake up in a rest haven for hoes. A sanctuary for scandalous skeezers and stunts.
Damn, Z, you might have took it too far with these clips. I know. Huh? See, that was the problem in the first place. Because black men were still trying to do for women who gave us their ass to kiss decades ago. That's how the black community became a rest haven for wealth. Huh? Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. That's how the black community became that. Because the women said, you still owe us. Owe you what? My life? Absolutely not. Why? Because you exist in your XX chromosome? Absolutely not. If that's the game you want to play, then guess what? You gonna pay what you owe. You gonna pay what you owe for those services. Huh?
You gonna pay what you owe, Sarah?
Just saying. Dear ladies, if that's what it is. Huh? I saw when the first time I saw this, it was in somebody's, I can't remember whose channel I was watching. And I saw it and I made reference to it and I asked you guys to send it. Whoever could find it, send it to me. And somebody actually did. Shout yourself out in the comments. But that was like early last year type thing, early or mid last year type. So whoever sent it to Z an email, because I downloaded it when you sent it to me, but that's why I don't remember the name because I downloaded it back then, but I just never, reviewed it. So here we are, right? Huh. Hey, and low in darkness says they feel we're not what do you say? Give me a second. They feel we aren't owed simple respect. That's what it seems like, right? That's what it seems like. Let me play this clip one more again because we are not gonna be able to play it for a good few minutes. So let's play this one more again. Give me a second, y'all.
Let me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
Once again, yes, lady. Yes, yes. And your framing is off once again. Your framing is we're not worth protecting. What? Let's turn that question around. What you're saying is my life is worth nothing to women who are going to be not quiet enough, not kind enough, not related to me, not having a physical relationship, sexual relationship with me. What you're saying is actually the egregious thing, ma'am. But your framing is impeccable, though. It's off, but it's impeccable. That's some nice guilt and shaming, ma'am. Right? That's top-notch guilt and shaming right there. Huh? That's top-notch guilt and shaming. Good job. You're the one who's making the egregious comment, but your framing is as if black men owe you, and so what black men are doing is what's egregious. Black men's indifference, black men's apathy, black men saying, you know what, you got that, right? And Inspired Truth, you'll have to give me a minute on that one, right? Oh boy. If you want to know why your sons are dating out why your sons are marrying out, why your sons are considering SYSBM, passport bros, etc., etc. Well, dear Black community, these are your daughters. This is how your daughters speak about Black men. As if Black men are nothing more than a resource. Not human beings, but human doings. Barely human, right? The entitlement is next level. Huh? The entitlement is next level. And she said it so nonchalant. She said it like it was nothing. Like she ain't even say nothing too bad, right? She ain't say nothing. Huh? And this is a young-ish woman. She has other clips I've seen. I've seen maybe 2 other ones from her, right? I've seen like 2 other videos from her. Huh? And y'all gives you a second because people on the road is not driving. Y'all are the worst, right? And this is pretty much her friend. And as a matter of fact, the other clip I saw from her, she was being an a-hole about Black men again. So, these women think they could be antagonistic, mean, rude, a-holes. And Black men, from some type of sense of obligation, are supposed to sacrifice our lives for these people. Our lives, people. Our lives for these people. And I want to, once again, let's make sure we say this. In a different world, in a well-ordered society, in a well-ordered Black community, you would have an argument. You would have an argument. We don't live in that world. Black women made sure to sign a Faustian bargain with white feminists. Black women made sure to rip up the social contract between Black men and Black women, and they did it gleefully. Huh? They did it with glee. And now, Black women like you, ma'am, are attempting to impose social contract benefits? How do you not work for an employer but still try to get health insurance from the employer? What are you talking about, lady? It says in the very bold print, must be a participant of community, must be with a Black man. Oops. Must have history of good cooperation with Black man, and it depends on the Black man. Must submit to Black men. Oops. That's what it says in the contract, ma'am. Ma'am, did you read the contract? Huh? Have you adhered to the contract? Have you played your role, your goddamn role, ma'am? Huh? That's what the contract says. The contract ain't saying nothing about making you no goddamn white woman before you start playing your role. And when Mr. Z says white woman, make sure we remember that Mr. Z is saying rich, upper class, upper middle class and above white women, because that's what it's all about for these women. And even then, she still ain't gonna play her goddamn role. Huh? How you trying to get contract benefits and you ain't playing your role, ma'am? Did you read the contract? Huh? So, ma'am, you are not owed the health insurance of another person's life. Let's make sure we're saying this. You're not owed another person sacrificing their life for you. You ain't play your role. Whoops, you're bad. Whoops, other black women's bad. Huh? Ooh, I know. Let me make this short. Let me make this video on TikTok shaming the man for not sacrificing their life for mean, snarky, a-hole, rude, entitled brats, petulant brats like me. Let me make a short shaming them and guilting them. Huh? 62% of black women are single, ma'am. That's a whole lot of women not adhering to the goddamn contract. Oh, wait, I forgot. Y'all shredded the contract. Uh-oh. 62% of black women are single, ma'am. And that doesn't even mean that the other, 38% are playing their role. That doesn't even mean that. But we know that 62 ain't. Huh? Uh-oh. Huh? Inspired Truth Broadcast says she she likes what's reciprocity. Oh yeah, she's like, what's reciprocity exactly? Right? And for that, you get one of these. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right? Exactly. She's like, what's reciprocity? Reciprocity, what's that? Ew. What's that? And to that lady, we say, don't worry about it. You got that. Inspired Truth said the pseudo caucasity. These women really think that, and it's crazy because you hear Princella say it, and you get it, but do you really get it? And here's a excuse me, here's a clip of it. Here's a clip of the lady literally trying to shame you for not sacrificing your life for women like her. And that just shames you as a random man, you specifically as a black man. Now, if we were to find her TikTok chat page, would we see her speaking to women about, excuse me, would we see videos upon videos upon videos of her speaking to black women about their behavior? Or better yet, their misbehavior? Will we see video after video after video of that? Uh-oh. Probably not. Huh? Probably not. So to speak, talk about the audacity, to speak this audaciously, this bold, with the shaming language and the guilt language about a group of men that black women have made sure to say to them, I owe you nothing. I don't even owe you kindness. I don't owe you a smile. I don't owe you being pleasant. I don't owe you anything. And I'm going to be brutal about reminding you what I don't owe you. That same race and sex is now attempting to tell us that because they're not kind enough and because they're not related to us and because they don't have a physical relationship with us, sex, that it's kind of what messed up, that we're not willing to sacrifice our life for them. Huh? And then your framing is that it's the men that are the messed up ones, not you for asking that question. You imagine? You imagine just walking up to a random stranger, why won't you die for me? Young lady, I just want you to understand that's exactly what you just did. Huh? On Al Gore's internet. That's exactly what you just did. Black men, why won't you die for me and other black women that you don't know? Huh? Is it because we're not kind enough? Maybe. Is it because you're not having sex with us? Probably. Is it because we're not quiet enough? I mean, you being loud and boisterous and annoying and insufferable doesn't help your case. Huh? Imagine being a subscriber to someone like Keating Jade, where she's calling black men bullet bags, and then turn around and attempt to shame black men with this holier than thou, almighty tone. So are you saying, because I keep on hitting you with thunderbolts, that you're not going to worship me? Okay, God, I hear you. I hear you. Huh? The tone and the delivery. The tone and the delivery. And I'm Waffle says you won't. I follow her on TikTok. So I won't find any videos of her talking to other women, other black women, about their misbehavior and the way they speak about black men and the way they advocate against black men, right? How they screw over black men, the negative PR campaign, huh? The white male worship, the fast and loose with their womb, huh? I won't find her saying anything to other black women about that, huh? The condescending tone, the entitlement to you. See, this is what's fascinating is we're letting women talk, and a lot of the stuff that people keep on saying, oh no, that's a man's thing. The women don't move like that. Actually, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because we let the women talk and they are objectifying men. We're letting the women talk and they are objectifying men. And make it worse, it's not just the sex of men. They're objectifying men's bodies too as a walking shield, as nothing more but a goddamn bulletproof vest. We're letting the women talk. Are you sure that the issue is that men objectify women? Are you sure? Because we didn't have high-speed internet for about a couple decades now, and the women are showing their ass, and they're letting us know, huh? The women are letting us know that we are nothing but objects to them, huh? That's what the ladies are letting us. That's what they're informing us, right? And they don't think they got to pay what they owe.
You gonna pay what you owe, Santa?
Right? So no one's doing the social math. So the technocrats are asleep at the wheel, the social designers are asleep at the wheel, or is this what y'all want? So is it that no one's doing the social math?
Check the statistics.
Is this what y'all want on some tinfoil do-rag thing? Huh? Absolutely insane. So we'll see if women, black women in specific, get their mind right in the next not even decade. I don't honestly don't think they have that much time. But this economy and this nation that JD Vance and Vivek and Elon are working up, they working to cook up. It ain't gonna look pretty. It's definitely not gonna look pretty, huh? So once again, this was a minute late reviews because Mr. Z has been having this clip. I don't know for maybe 9, 10 months, maybe something crazy, right? 8, 9, 10 months, possibly 11. We just not getting to this. I made reference to it a bunch of times on my channel. Shout out to Indigo Flow wherever he is. Indigo remembers me referencing this, right? Finally got to play it for y'all, right? DeVito says, black people got 2 years. That's it. That ain't no time. That's tomorrow, right? Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about it when I said it too. And Vince says, "Get that? Are you sure about that clip, Z?" Right? And once again, Inspired Truth. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? And and the way this young lady is speaking is as if black men should be in tears, talking like,
as we don't have the capacity.
absolutely not. That's how Chrissy speaks also. Chrissy, Yanni, Cynthia G, name them. They all speak like black men should be groveling and crying and talking like this.
As we don't have the capacity.
All because they're not rich and upper middle class and elite white women. Absolutely not. Huh? Okay, okay. And I'm awful says her content on TikTok is actually more akin to Julesy. She's not as bad as Bowser or Nappy Headed Hobo. Okay, okay, okay. Right? Right? And he says, definitely bread tube material. Okay. But this clip right
Let
here
me
was
clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
but ma'am, what you're saying is that my life is worth less than yours. That like you don't really appreciate how egregious and how insulting what you're saying is. You're saying that black women can be mean, can be rude, can be doing too much, right? Cannot have a relationship with us, cannot have a sexual relationship with us, cannot be related to us. And yet I am obligated to put my life on the line for you, right? Knowing that a preponderance of black women operate in the way I just listed. And you think because you framed it like the men are a problem because they're not willing to sacrifice their life for asshole women, because you framed it like the issue is the men. They don't know their obligation. They're supposed to die for us. Huh? Because you framed it in that way, that makes it better. Impeccable framing, by the way. You're dead ass wrong, but nice try. Huh? Talking about that in Southpaw said liked Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right. Mr. O says, Mr. O with the info says, yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah. And Faber says, well, if I don't know you, can I have some cat? Are you beholden to give me vagina, just even though we're strangers? Right. And if I'm Waffles is correct and she's not really part of this black men ain't ish type of conversation, and really she's bread tube, maybe cornbread tube. I get it. I get it. But dear young lady, if we're gonna start talking about community obligation, black community obligation, and what's quote unquote owed to black women, I know that's what you think. You think you're not saying that. That's what you're saying. Or should I say you feel like you're not saying that. That's what you're saying. If we're gonna have that conversation, we can have that conversation. Mr. Z is all ears, right? Mr. Z is all ears. But if we have that conversation about what's owed to black women, then you have to understand, ma'am. You have to understand that you're gonna pay what you owe. And it more than likely won't be monetary. Huh? Huh? And I agree with this. And Namath says, Z, Patrice O'Neill gave us the most accurate term regarding what the women want. The word is entitlement. These women feel entitled to men's everything with nothing in return. Uh, she might grace you with her presence, though, Namath. You might get to touch the hem of her garments. She might let you do that without getting you stomped out. Huh? She'll grace you. You might get to be graced with her presence. That's her payment, right? I kid, really. But you are 100% correct, and rest in peace, Patrice O'Neill, because exactly the entitlement, the entitlement, and really should be.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
That's really what she should be, huh? I am Waffle says I'll trade in Yanni for her. Tell better you he got it. Hysterical, huh? I get it, but once again, madam, we don't owe you that. We don't owe black women that. And black women have made it abundantly clear that I want to stress this. If she ever falls onto this video, this is what I want to stress. Black women have made it abundantly clear that they owe black boys and black men nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you don't believe me, go ask former President Barack Obama. Go ask Roland Martin about my brother's keeper and the fact that black women were the ones that took the teeth out of it. If you don't believe me, go dig up Polly Murray and ask her. Huh? Black women have made it abundantly clear that they owe us absolutely nothing. Huh? You can ask Chrissy. You can ask Real Talk with Yanni. You can ask Lexus Exodus. Right? Black women have made it abundantly clear they owe us nothing. Huh? And so this is my response. Madam, you shredded the social contract. We still owe you nothing. Fine, you shredded the social contract, and what comes with your shredding of the social contract, right, is nothing. You provided nothing. You gave us your ass to kiss, and black men responded in turn. And well,
2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1, that's 3, quick maths.
quick math, quick math, right? Quick math, huh? You did not read the social contract. Other women didn't read the social contract. Other black women didn't read the social contract, and y'all just didn't check the statistics.
Check the statistics.
That's what happened. That's what happened. Huh? So, you guys, I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I wanted to do a part two to this. I remember this clip, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Show you a couple of new video drops. Um, share with you a couple of sound drops. Make sure that y'all know that that young lady thinks it's not fair, right? What she's really saying is,
That's not fair. That is not fair. That is not fair. That's not fair. That is not fair. That is not fair.
that's what she's really saying. That's what she's really saying, right? Because she expects luxury and service.
Expect luxury. I expect service. And what I got was mediocrity wrapped in excuses.
Right? And so, to that young lady, um, Mr. Z is shrugging right now. I don't know what to tell you. You might want to talk to other black women about them giving us their ass to kiss, right? Oh, I won't. And Dell says, as a matter of fact, it's in the things that it's already downloaded. I just gotta do some little trickery and get the part that I want. Yeah. And Dell says, excuse me, don't forget the lost and turned out drop. I won't. Right? They should have never gave you Negroes money. They should have never gave Z the ability to finagle stuff on the back of StreamYards. It's over now. Right? So from now on, we're gonna be in Z's garage. That's why y'all see the new overlay. Um, having these conversations because it matters. Because it's not just some pop culture thing. It's not just some quote unquote gender warring thing. This does have an effect. As I said before, my brother's keeper is and women, black women being against it or trying to shoehorn their way into it because it's not fair that this one thing is carved out for young men and black boys in specific, right? So yeah, this is not just some pop culture stuff. So this is why we cover it. So on that note, everyone, we will pause right there. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great, great, great rest of y'all night. Um, Mr. Z out. Art New Style should be streaming, so y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. I think I saw Art's um notification pop up, so there you go. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Mr. Z out. All right.